I want to thank everybody for coming tonight in the cold weather. Hope you're enjoying the food. My heart is full. I could not have survived the passing of our daughter without our church and our family and our friends, especially Resurrection. Just the things they said and the things they did and the cards they sent and the love that they sent. That's what community is all about, and that's what gets us through for that whole year. So it's been a year and a half. Marisa gave me a big job to do. When Father Tarantino and I and my husband were working on the funeral arrangements, Father Tarantino says, we're going to celebrate Marisa's life. And that really picked me up because I was so sad. So I went home and I looked in her room and I found all these pieces of art that I had never seen before. I had seen this one and some other ones. They were downstairs in the basement. But they were just wonderful pieces. And so that made me feel very comforted that Marisa had a rich life. For those of you that don't know her, there's a table in the center of her artwork, and I'm very proud to display that. She was an artist, and she worked with mixed media. She was a model. She modeled for her own online vintage clothing business. She modeled it in photography, took her own pictures, and that really took a lot. So we're proud of that. And she had a kind heart. So putting this all together, I went to Morris County College and I said, what can we do about this? I'm concerned about the suicide rate going up. Could we do a presentation, an exhibit of her artwork and also combine it with mental health? And I spoke with Todd Doney and he was thrilled with the idea. Morris County College is very proactive mental health. They've got a great department, these great young ladies that are there, and gentlemen. So all the summer, I was putting things, May and June and July, I was putting things together for August. And at County College, August the 21st until October 13th, 16th, we had 7 weeks to see her artwork. And we had receptions, and people were so good to come out. So I felt I honored her. I felt it was important. But I didn't know that she had really done so many other art exhibits prior to that. So then I took a little break and relaxed a little, and I said, well, what else can I do? And I've had a couple other art exhibits at Morristown Medical Center, Montville Stigma Free. I'll talk to you about Stigma Free in a minute. And I decided to have a Zumbathon at my gym. And 60 people came out and they didn't want to stop dancing. And then I thought it would be nice to do something in my church. This would be nice. So tonight is another celebration, line dancing and little Zumba. And I wanted to talk to you about mental health. There's information on the table, as I said. Please pick up some flyers. The more you know, the more you're educated, the more comfortable you will feel, maybe to help somebody out in your family or a friend. We feel very awkward about it. It's a subject that's been silent for too long. And there's a campaign out called No More Whispers. I've been trained by the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention and Morris and Essex Mental Health. I've had about 5 trainings. And did you know that 44,000 Americans take their lives every year? 44,000. But wait until I tell you this other figure. About almost 500,000 they self-injure themselves. What does that tell you about how frail we are, or how upset we are, or that we can't cope? So one of my messages is to learn how to cope. New coping skills, new counseling techniques, alternative medicine. You've heard that we breathe. Breathing will help you if you have anxiety. There are so many things. There are a couple books out that I just really like. I can tell you about that. One that hits my mind is one by Dr. Gordon Livingston. He's a psychiatrist, and he lost 2 of his children. Not 1, but 2. 1 to leukemia and 1 to suicide. And he's a psychiatrist. And he gives 30 tips to help you out. If I get the book right, it's called Too Soon Old, Too Late Wise, or something like that. I'll get the name of the book. I can't think of the exact words, but it is wonderful. 30 tips. Another one is David Servan Schreiber. It's called The Instinct to Heal. He gives us 4 points that he feels is important for us to have the instinct to heal. He is an MD, and he was in psychiatry, and he went to the West and the East to look at medicine in alternative ways. He was at the Pittsburgh University. They give a lot of money for mental health there, and they were doing PET scans, and the person didn't show up for the scan. He goes, well, I'll do it. And he found out he had a brain tumor. Never had that. If he never did that, he would have never known. So he had conventional medicine, and he had alternative medicine. And what he found out is he really believed he lived longer because of his diet. Whole foods, good foods, fruits, vegetables, try to get rid of some of the starches and the sugars. So he lives a lot longer. But I was impressed with his instinct to heal motto, so I would like you to remember that. The thing that he says is, you need a community, just what I talked about. You need a faith. You need to know your body and mind. And you need to have an intimate relationship with a few select people. And he said, if you have that, you have the instinct to heal. So I like that. I think that's a good message. Another book that's helping me heal is by Brian Cady. It's a woman. And it's called Loving What Is. And she has 4 questions she says it's going to help you in your life. Is it true? Is it absolutely true? And then maybe you turn it around to take a look at yourself, the question that you pose on somebody else, and you turn it to yourself. And she has the thing about our thinking, and that we're trying to prove something to somebody so hard that maybe our thinking is a little bit not realistic. So I think that was a good book too. So any of those good books, I can jot down and give to you, but reading is comforting for me. If you have any questions for me tonight, if there's anything I can do for you, I'd be glad to help you out. But I think we should have some dessert, or we can start dancing in a few minutes. But it's a pleasure to be here, and I thank you for your donation. And it's going to go to Morris County College, and the scholarship is the Marisa Rincon Memorial Scholarship for the Arts. So we need to do things positively and constructively. I'm healing my heart, but I couldn't do it without all of you. So you're helping me, and I want to thank you. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Third. Another third. Final mode. With the right and left.